time-wise, it's probably about 10:30 in the morning, though it appears to be 7 o'clock at night during the winter. You can see your breath in front of you. Past 30 or 40 feet, you can't make out. You can kind of see movement, but you can't make out anything unless you can see in the dark.
Just so you know, he's pretty certain to have left Massa by now.
So we need to figure out which way he's headed. Out of character.
There's fresh dead bodies in Massa.
We've been traveling like a day, right?
Yeah, it's been like half a day probably since he was, or a full day since he was in Massa, I would guess.
About a mile away, you see movement on the top. There's a low rise that comes down towards the Keep of Honor. Remember, there's actually an actual trade road. It's not paved or anything, but it used to be well maintained. So the ground has just been pounded rock hard solid. You see silhouetted against the skyline. Remember, it's gray and dingy like winter all the time. But you see what appears to be quite a few horsemen and a wagon.
Was like a merchant train?
Could be. But remember, your merchant train was going to Stem. You guys are between... Stem is south of you, and you guys are between Massa and San Lisbon.
Can I see if they're carrying any, like, identifiable, like, merchant caravan banners or sigils, anything like that? Known company?
Way too far away.
Okay.
But what about with the opera glasses?
Salem.
I'll take a look.
When you look through, it's hard to see, but one of them does have a torch, and it looks like there's something wrong with the wheel on the wagon, and so that's what it's enabling you to see with the opera glasses.
Would I recognize just by what I've seen, like if they are a part of a faction that I would know?
Okay, that's the symbol that's on the cloak. It appears to be on right over the breast of the cloaks, and you actually see it on a couple of them are wearing breastplates, and it's in the center of the breastplate.
Is he telling the rest of us what he sees?
There's some kind of black riders. They're wearing all armor. I was able to manage out a symbol, some kind of fist over a moon. They don't look friendly, though. I will say that.
You think we should get back into the keep?
Are they riding over towards us?
They're headed in that direction. As I said, appears to be something's wrong with one of the wheels of the wagon, and the couple of guys now have lit torches, and it looks like they're studying that. The unknown, there's 2 crates in the wagon.
Does that symbol mean anything to anyone?
You are saying it is a black fist on a silver moon disc?
Yes, it was on one of their breastplates.
The only clenched fist that I am aware of is the Knights of Fistula, but they have been disbanded for many years.
Knights of Fistula? Must be between my fingers.
So there is one person who I can think of that might be crazy enough to be out in this world running a flag like that for the 50 millionth time.
And that would be who?
I'm gonna look right over at Caltagne. It would be the dead that isn't dead.
Must be between my fingers.
Oh, no.
You want to enlighten us? Who you talking about?
Talking about Phagonites.
Aw, shit. I ain't gonna be messing up with no fucking Phagonites. I'm gonna turn around. I'm gonna march back toward the keep.
I'm following shortly behind them.
How far away are they?
They're moving again, headed towards the keep. They're less than a little more than 3/4 of a mile.
I'm just going to move up to Caltagne. So who are these people? Are they dangerous?
Extremely.
Yes. You've heard of undead, right?
Yeah, I know the idea.
Well, these guys are unliving.
So back into the keep then.
Yes, you guys go back into the keep. Me and Goran will stand outside the keep and greet them.
I'm going to throw my smoke and bombs and head up onto the roof.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm going to get into position, probably outside a window or maybe back on the roof, to where I won't be able to see him, but I can start launching off bolts.
I'm going to look right at Caltagne, my first form of combat with these people, and as shockingly as it needed change every moment along the way, they kept going.
Oh yeah, you have to cut their heads off.
No, these guys, and I point back at the ones running into the keep. It was nice.
It's always the ragtag group that surprised you. Although, at least in the stories, that's the way it was.
So it looks like we're on waiting duty.
Paris is going to stand just inside the walls. Look, guys, that's what you're saying it is. From the stories that my mother used to tell me, one of those guys could take all of us out.
I'm going to look at her. Shouldn't you be studying the rod?
Yeah, but this may be...
Yeah, go study the rod.
Wow, you're a nice guy.
2 days.
I have a brother who's trapped in some hell dimension that you just said. So yes, I'm going to be very, very nice. I'm going to be as nice to you as I am to the orc.
I will do what I can to rescue your brother. Okay.
Okay.
Make sure Paul is standing over her to make sure that she can continue to study without any interference whatsoever.
Okay. It takes about a good 15 minutes because they're having problems with the wagon. And as they get close, remember the road goes past the keep. And to the right, to the north of the road runs east to west towards the coast and San Lisbon. To the north, the right side of the road, is there's a grassy area about 100 yards long, and then the wood, the elven forest. On the south side of the road is the Keep of Honor. There used to be a barn that's long gone, a stable and everything. Basically, you've got a compound that's walled in, no gate because they've been knocked down. There's a lot of bodies around. And they're going to get closer, and as they get closer...
By the way, my sword is out and the blade is resting on my shoulder.
All right. As they get closer, there's almost 30 of them. And they're all either on horseback or there's two guys in the wagon. The wagon's being pulled by two horses. All of the horses are dark colored, mostly black. All of the men, or whatever they are wearing silver snarling masks that cover their faces. And it's just a very simple mask. They're silver, face-shaped. A lot of the men either have a cloak hood on or some sort of wide-brimmed hat. And these masks just have eye holes, some semblance of a nose, and a snarling mouth. All right, and they all have weapons. The symbols on these cloaks is a full moon, silver in color, with a black fist, and damn if it doesn't look like one of the fists of the Knights of Fistula.
Is there any specific guy that just looks gigantic in comparison to most of these guys, like width, girth, height, every part of him is just monstrous in comparison?
All of them appear to be monstrous in comparison. They're all... Caltigny is as big as they are, but they're all large men. And as I said, there's 30 of them and two drive on the wagon. They're going to fan out, and they all seem to have multiple weapons. Hanging from their saddles are either bows and quivers of arrows or massive crossbows and quivers of bolts. They've got swords or axes or bludgeoning weapons strapped to their back. They are completely devoid of color. Everything is either silver or black.
All right, before they entirely approach, even as they start gathering or, whatever's fanning out, I'm going to look over at Caltigny and I'm going to say, the only ones who would don the Knights of Fistula would be the traitorous bastard trying to redeem himself for the 100th year in a row.
Well, wasn't there a mercenary group calling themselves Knights of Fistula on Morna?
No, but you must realize the history that I know, the want to be Knights of Honor, they still follow the tenets of silver armor, and when they adopted San Laszlo, the golden armor. This is something different. Are you not detecting any evil? You guys are feeling a tingle as they spread out, and you're going to have about 8 go to the left, 8 go to the right next to the wall, and the rest are going to be kind of in front of you. One is going to bring his huge war horse kind of up in front of you. Not real close, but...
I'm making sure the keeper's at my back. They can't flank us. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're basically, you've got the open gate behind you with the keep, and they've gone, and they're right against the wall, so they're on either side. There's 8 and 8, and then a dozen in front of you. The wagon with the other 2 guys is left behind. In fact, the guys with the wagon, they get off of the seat, and they're going around and messing with one of the wheels, one of the rear wheels. There's something about the horses that aren't exactly right. They're not acting exactly right. It's like they're doing everything that a horse does. They're kind of snorting, and you can see, the vapor coming off their nostrils because there's a chill out.
We got Phagon horses.
They're pawing the ground. Salem, are you using the opera glasses?
On the roof. Yeah. I'm waiting with the crossbow.
Well, Salem, looking down from your perch you see climbing out of the back of the wagon a much smaller version, black cloak, black wide-brimmed hat, silver mask, and he's gonna reach behind his back and pull out 2 daggers, like throwing daggers. I mean, he literally slides out of the back of the wagon, out of one of these crates, and he's gonna kind of roll on the ground to where he's behind one of the Orcan bodies. And the Knights of Honor and Malkovich's perspective, they would not be able to see this guy.
How's my bird call?
What do you mean?
Do I have a bird call that I could do to warn the Knights of Honor?
Oh, sure. But you haven't set anything up. I mean, you can...
I mean, it's still better than just letting them hang, so yeah, I'm going to try. Maybe they'll understand what I'm doing. I want it to sound like an actual bird is perched on top of the roof, so probably something evil like a crow, I would guess. That wouldn't seem otherwise out of the ordinary or, divert attention.
No, you can give that. You're aware that Salem is trying to warn you of something. The main leader or whatever he is, his horse is going to turn sideways, and it's got gaits. It's going to, like a parade horse, and it's going to kind of
look at him. It's customary, sir, when riding up on other knights, to remove your helm, unless you are afraid.
Oh, my friend, I would remove a helm if I had one on. You must bear with us, as we have all been gravely wounded, and we jealously protect our appearances, because let's just say that it is not something that most wish to gaze upon.
I would not have asked you to lift up your visor if I did not wish to gaze upon you, sir.
Now, again, it does not appear to be a helmet. It appears to be just a mask that's straight across here, close to the face, silver. It's got a snarling mouth and little eye slits, and you can see when they're up close that there's a semblance of impressed eyebrows and a nose, and some of them actually have what looks like an impressed mustache. They look like kind of like Japanese masks that they would wear to the samurai in battle. They look like that, but it's just a mask, no helmet. And some of them have on wide-brimmed, black, like Amish-looking hats. Some of the brims are folded up on one side, and some just have a cloak. But it's all dark clothing, and upon close inspection, the clothing is worn and tattered. It's not right. There's just something weird. The horses, there's a strange mothball smell.
What is your name, good sir?
My name, you may call me Dendro. And what is your name? Yeah, you're not detecting a lie.
What business do you have with our keep?
We technically have no business with your keep, but I believe these keeps are for all travelers, and to lay claim to such...
I believe these keeps belong to the Knights of Honor, do they not?
There's going to be some mumbling on the horses, people to your left and right, mumbling low under their breath. Meanwhile, Salem, this person that you have seen move has moved to where they're underneath a horse, but literally no one saw them unless you're up above, looking downward.
Okay.
And this person has the 2 daggers, and it's literally blending in between the rear legs of one of these great horses. And whoever this person is, they're short. I mean, they're like not much bigger than a 12-year-old child.
Is he positioned to attack?
Unsure. He potentially could be just like you guys in a position of awareness. If something went down, he's ready. Or he could be getting ready to attack.
But was he moving closer to the Knights of Honor?
Yes.
Okay.
But he's literally, it was like 1 minute he was laying on the ground behind the body of an orc, and the next he did a flip, and he's between the rear legs of one of the dozen horses that's facing the Knights of Honor.
I'm going to first off, alert the other people on the roof that he's there, but without taking my eyes off of him, because I'm afraid that if I hand the binoculars over, that he's going to move, and I'm going to forget where he is. But I'm just going to explain to everyone else that there's a short man with 2 daggers under the horse.
Yeah, I think I see him.
And that basically just to hit him first. All right, I mean, other than that, I'm just watching him, really, waiting for him to make a move.
So was that wrong? Do the keeps not belong to the Knights of Honor?
All of a sudden, the door to the keep bursts open, and Paris comes running out. Caltigne, I figured out something. And she's going to stop and slowly walk forward. You can tell that she's a bit nervous and maybe even afraid, and she's going to get up next to Malkovich.
I'm going to whisper under my breath, really, really quiet. I hope you figured out that wand a little bit.
And she's going to say under her breath, yeah, the problem is I don't know if it will work inside the compound.
Well, you're not inside the compound anymore.
No, they're
She is.
yeah, they're right inside the gate. You guys are actually a step outside the gate, okay? So
Sir, you have yet to answer my question. Does the cat have your tongue?
I'll be glad to answer your question. Yes, of course, these keeps belong to the illustrious and well-known Knights of Honor. But, sir, you have yet to show me anything proving that you are one of these such said Knights of Honor. I suppose you're going to tell me that everyone here, including the young lady, is a Knight of Honor.
I'm going to throw back my cloak so it becomes more like a cape.
Yeah, you are a Knight of Honor. Well,
Looks that way.
as you can see, we are all knights as well, but of a different sort.
What order do you belong to, sir?
We have a long and illustrious career. In fact, I believe our knight order predates yours. We are the Knights of Fistula.
Well, sir, I would buy that cockamamie crap if maybe the Knights of Fistula didn't die out during the Phagonites Wars. Sir, are we playing this game? Are we playing the let's try to lie to the Knights of Honor game and hope that they don't detect that we're lying?
Oh, perhaps
Sir.
perhaps I want you to detect the lie. His horse is going to kind of back up.
Perhaps then you now know that I'm telling the truth, and we are Knights of Honor, and this is our keep, and you get our permission to use it. So basically, sir, what you're telling me is you are afraid to show your face like a true knight when met with another knight, and you are lying about the name of your knight order. Is there anything about you that is true?
Let me tell you this one truth, Knight of Honor. We really, really have no reason to delay ourselves here with you. And no offense, but you and your friends are so insignificant that we don't really need to pay attention to you. We are passing through, and we are searching for something, and it is none of your concern.
So we are going to tell me your name, so that when I meet you in the future, I will know who I am killing.
As I said, my name is Dendro. I am also known as Dendro the Doomslayer.
So you slay Doom. How exactly does one slay Doom? Do you throw parties?
I did not give myself that name. That name was given to me by others. And
that's what I'm asking. I wonder how you slay Doom. Do you throw a party and everybody's happy so Doom is slain?
He's going to turn to the others. This one is an arrogant ass. And if he only knew, and they're all going to just start laughing uproariously.
See? You have slain Doom. You are a Doom Slayer.
One of them is going to come from the side and come up, and you notice he's got Cathayan rank bars on his collar underneath his cloak, that of a sergeant. You need to speak with more respect there, knight.
I don't think Marcus would approve of you traveling in this group, Sergeant.
The current leader of Cathay. I'm sorry. I predate him by quite a bit. In fact, I believe for a very short while when I was there was a young lady by the name of, what was her name again? Oh, Katerina GL.
That's going to pique my interest. So, I figured out the farce. The wolf masks, really? Very cliche. The moon, the fists, Knights of Lupus, repurposed.
Oh, well, you're pretty wise for a Knight of Honor. Usually they're just stupid and go around hacking things. I will tell you this. Yes, there are Knights of Lupa in this party. And actually, 6 of them are going to kind of raise their hands. Yes, there are. There are several from other places. In fact, one's going to come forward on his horse from the left side, and he's going to throw down out of his backpack a gauntlet. On the back side of the gauntlet is a symbol of honor. It's been kind of scratched and like somebody tried to gouge it off the gauntlet. Yes, that's right.
You lie, sir.
This guy's going to go, I do not lie. I never lie.
I'm going to throw down my gauntlet right on top of his. Challenge you to martial combat, sir.
The leader, Dendro, is going to motion backwards to the one that just came forward. Maybe you're not understanding what this means. He used to be with your order, but he found a different, better way.
I understand. That is why I am challenging him. I'm going to take my other gauntlet and throw it at his face. Hold on, let me roll. I understand. That is why I am challenging him. I'm going to take my other gauntlet and throw it at his face. Hold on, let me roll.
Okay, it's going to hit him in the face. All right, whatever it is underneath the horse is going to step out, and left hand, he's throwing a dagger at John. It hits you, John, right in the chest, right below your neck. Okay. Dave, the other one hits you in the same spot, right below your Adam's apple. And both of you have these daggers sticking out of you. As soon as they hit you, it's serious fucking evil. I mean, you can detect evil off these blades, and all that's consuming you right now is getting them out of your body. Meantime, pandemonium explodes. Malkovich is going to grab you, Dave, by the back of your cloak and try to pull you into the compound, okay? Because there's 30 of them.
Have fun with that.
Do you want to dig your heels in, or do you want to let him pull you back? You do have a dagger sticking out of your throat,
Charlie,
and blood is
Charlie,
Yeah.
Roll initiative.
Meanwhile, up top, guys, y'all are seeing this going on.
All right, well, so if I can't throw the bombs, there's not much I can do from up here.
Right, okay.
So I'm going to slip on the invisibility ring and start... Well, do I think it'd be quicker to climb down the wall just straight up than to try and run down all the stairs?
Yeah, but you're going to have to roll a climb walls check.
All right.
All right, but wait till it's your turn.
I'm letting Malkovich pull me back into the keep, but as he's pulling me, I'm grabbing the dagger out of my neck and throwing it at the Knight of Honor, or ex-Knight of Honor.
I'm pulling that blade out of my neck.
Okay, Paris grabs you around the waist and is trying to pull you back past the gates of the compound.
I'll make those steps while I pull this thing out of my neck. So yes,
Okay.
that's
Okay,
acceptable
so
for right
all right,
now.
Wuta, you're looking from the roof and you're seeing this thing explode, and what you see is 30 guys start pulling weapons. Some are raising crossbows, these heavy, massive crossbows that very few people in your party could actually lift.
Okay. I am running downstairs to the honor altar.
All right. In the meantime,
How good was Jude's aim on that dude? Because I would think that after this guy got his AoE, attack of opportunity, that Jude would also try to pull one himself. I mean, I'm just saying, I don't know if Jude would do it, I'm just saying.
Did you want to take a shot?
Yes, I said as soon as he moved, I want to hit him.
Okay, well, the problem is, as I said, you don't see him move till he's almost finished moving.
No, I get it.
Okay,
but I wanna
fire.
hit him. All right.
Wow. Okay, this guy, whatever, he throws both of them, steps out from underneath the horse, throws both daggers, and he's equally as good with left and right, and all of a sudden the crossbow bolt's going to hit him right in his shoulder. And I mean, it literally kind of spins him. One of the guys is going to move forward, and he's got a battle axe in one hand, and he's reaching down for this little guy. The little guy, he's going to spin when the big guy on the horse reaches down for him. The little guy that threw the daggers falls, and the other guy misses reaching for him. Meanwhile, Arcus, you're coming down the wall?
Yep, I got the ring on. I just flip down the wall, start scaling it.
All right, so you're going to easily be able to get down to the bottom of the wall. John, what are you doing?
Well, I pulling out the dagger and taking my steps
pulling
back.
out the dagger, it literally burns your hand.
I believe that.
Not like on fire, but like
touching the dagger burns.
Yeah, Dave.
I already told you, I'm pulling the dagger and throwing it.
All right, so you're going to whip it out and throw it. Okay, and you're throwing it at the former Knight of Honor, right? Okay.
The ex-Knight of Honor.
You're going to throw it, and he's going to try to grab it, okay, in midair. He's going to miss, and it's going to scrape right across the back of his hand. Anybody else, blood would have splurted out, but what happens is when it cuts the back of his hand, I mean, it cuts it wide open, you can see the whiteness of bone, and black blood just kind of dribbles slowly out. And he's going to rear up on the horse. The leader, as you guys are backpedaling back into behind the wall, the leader's horse is going to rear up, and its shod foot is going to try to come straight towards you, and it's going to break the barrier of outside the wall, and the horse is going to scream like a woman. All right, okay. So and it's a horse. It's going to stick its hoof in and pull its hoof back, and he's going to get control of it, but the horse's hoof is smoking. It's going to back up, and they're going to kind of go around in a circle and everything. Knights of Honor, you have made a grave error. You have now made enemies. And now they're going to fire, okay? There are 4 of them with the heavy crossbows that are firing at the 4 of you. One's firing at Malkovich just because of the angle he's at, and it's going to hit him. It's going to go through sideways, through the top right below his collarbone, and come out his back. These bolts are about 18 inches long, and they're as big around as our 20-sided die. So they're huge. She's going to go, Trukovic, and fall to his knees, and you feel his weight pulling on your cloak. Because remember, he was pulling you backwards by the cloak?
I'm not resisting him. I told you I wasn't resisting him.
Okay, well then he's actually, his weight, even though you're much larger, it's going to just pull your head down a little bit, okay? The next one fires at you, and the bolt is literally going to pass right by your ear. And it's his weight that just saved you, but he's fallen unconscious. The next one is going to fire at Gorn. Hey, Gorn, it's going to hit you down low, like around where kidney is.
Yeah! I'm going to fall back a little bit and, like, probably down.
Okay. And that exposes Paris, and one crossbow bolt fires at her, and she literally, you're not even sure what she did. The rest of you, Jude, up on the roof, it appears that she moved super fast for us, and the crossbow bolt goes right past her. Others, the ones that just fired the crossbow bolts, they're going to start going, backing their horses up, and others are moving forward.
While I'm loading the crossbow, go ahead and head downstairs to meet the rest of the party outside.
You're going to drop, because you're running downstairs as you're trying to load your crossbow.
I just drop it, that's it.
Yeah. You can still keep running and pull another one out, or you can stop and pick it up, whatever you want to do. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to stop, pick up the crossbow, and keep trying to load it.
All right, Gorn. Yeah, you're barely conscious. This crossbow bolt, I mean, it feels like somebody stabbed you with a staff. Okay? You guys are safe inside the compound, but you're not out of range, out of crossbow bolts, or some of them had bows. And the crossbow guys, as I said, they backed up, and now other guys are moving forward. The one that's was a Castellan sergeant back during the time of Katerina GL. Where's your fight now, Knight of Honor? Where's your single combat, Knight of Honor?
You cheated, you piece of shit! You surprised us and attacked like a thief in the night! Where is your honor, Knight of whatever you are?
Speaking of attacking like a thief in the night, I'm going to try to, whenever it's my round, I'm trying to move into position by the gate, on the keep side of the wall.
Okay, unless anyone's watching in the permafrost, and looking closely, they might see footprints mysteriously appearing one right after another. But otherwise...
Well, I'm still on the keep side of the wall.
Right. You need to move silently, though. I mean, that would be... I mean, you can make noise if you want.
I'm assuming
there's too much...
all the screaming can probably help cover.
Yeah, there's too much going on, so...
I'm just trying to get beside the gate so I can sort of lean out and toss a firebomb at the new group of crossbowmen moving forward.
Okay.
I challenge your man to single combat, and you attack me with a thief? You are no knights. You may wear the knight clothes, but you are nothing but brigands.
All right. In the meantime, Justin, you're getting ready to launch that firebomb. The leader is behind the four new crossbowmen that have moved up, and Dendro is gonna yell at you. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We are going to tear this keep down. There will be no safety on the road from Massa to San Lisbon. And when we're done here, we're going to tear the one down on the way to Relay City. And when we're done with that, we're going to find the keep with the fire room in the mountain above the Drow Forest where the barbarians used to reside. And we will destroy it as well.
Better gods than you have tried, and they have all failed. So shall you, for I will kill you myself.
It seems to me that our God is in charge now.
He may think he is in charge, but I will slit his throat and drink his blood as he dies.
Okay.
I'm gonna rip the bolt out of my body because having this thing in me is driving me insane.
Okay, you can pull it out. Blood comes splurting out, and Paris is going to put pressure on it. Okay, and they raise the crossbows, and they're aiming at him. And based on Malkovich on the ground, dead or unconscious, Gorn gravely wounded, and Paris trying to stop the flow of blood.
All I'm doing is trying to get Malkovich out of the doorway.
Well, it's a wide gateway. I mean, you're literally going to have to drag him. You'd have to get him behind the building or inside because it's 120 feet. From where they are, there's a wide gate that the gate's been knocked down. There's nowhere you can go that you're not going to be in crossbow range except in the building or behind it.
How big is Malkovich?
He probably weighs 135, 140
And I'm going to toss him into the clearing.
All right. Also, I guess I'm just rolling an attack on these guys.
All right, it's going to land right amongst them. I mean, that was a good attack. And it explodes, and their horses are going to rear up. One guy cannot stay on, and he's going to, and he falls backward. He's going to land in front of the gate about 10 feet away. The others, the horses rear up. One guy fires his bolt. It goes straight up in the air. The other two manage to hang on to their crossbows, but they've been disrupted this turn, okay? So they're not firing this turn. But the one guy that landed on the ground, his mask slips a bit. Is anybody looking to see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I just popped out and threw it, so I'm still looking.
Okay.
I'm just about to come out through the front door, so I don't see it yet.
It's too far away.
Wherever we are on the staircase or wherever I'm at.
Yeah, you don't see it either. Okay, Okay, Justin, you're paralyzed in fear. Dave, what you see disturbs you.
What am I seeing that's paralyzing me?
The mask moved from the guy that fell off the horse, and you got a brief glimpse of what was under the mask. Frozen in fear for just this round till you can get your shit together. Paris is frozen in fear for just this round.
By honor, lay on hands. I'm trying to close my wound.
Okay. You're going to be able to lay on hands and cure yourself.
It's 2 points of damage per level.
Okay, Matt.
Yeah.
You're now outside the door, and you see Malkovich is fallen. His form is crumpled. Like, obviously, he's either dead or unconscious.
I'm going to rush toward him to pull him back inside the honor keep.
Okay, Paris had her hands on Gorn's wound, which was about kidney level. Her hands are covered in blood. There's a lot of blood, but Gorn is standing and seems to be okay. But he is a little bit out of it, like, great blood loss, maybe the beginning of shock. Okay, you have no sign of Paul, who was inside, or Arcus. No sign of him. Behind you, you can hear the door slam as Salem comes running out. Okay. So you're now out in the compound. The first thing you notice is that the one Knight of Honor, Caltigne, seems to be really pissed off.
Pretty sure that's his permanent state of being.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, did I say that out loud?
I heard that.
Wutai, as you get close to Malkovich, he's got blood coming out of his mouth, and you don't see his chest moving.
Yeah, I'm just going to grab his body and just start pulling him back into the honor keep.
Okay. All right, so they're still just maybe 10, 15 feet inside the walls in the compound. They're not in the keep itself. And these other guys are outside, and Dendro he's actually being whimsical about it. Well, Knight of Honor, I'm going to tear down that keep. Whether you're in it or not, depended upon you. Do not think that I cannot do it, for I will.
Like I said, better gods than you have tried, and they have all failed. So shall you, so shall your god, and so shall your dead, lifeless ass.
At that point, or one of the guys, the Knights of Fistula, whatever they are, uncovers the item in the back of the wagon. It's a full-bore dwarven cannon. He's going to tip it and aim it actually towards you guys.
Roll initiative.
Paris and Arcus. No, they're unfrozen. Paul is going to come out of the door, and he's standing there with his jaw hanging down.
Okay. I'm going to look dead at the ex-Knight of Honor from inside the Honor Keep. In Honor's name, I turn you with his power from within his keep. And I'm holding my holy symbol up.
What's going to happen is his horse is going to start smoking. The flesh literally just falls off the bones. The bones collapse. Now, this is happening in seconds. As he's going down, he's all of a sudden going to just start shrieking. Ah! 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 And it seems like he's sinking in on himself. His mask sinks in a little bit. He seems to get smaller. His gauntlets fall off. It's like his head is falling into his breastplate. And he's going to fall off sideways as his horse collapses. And he's going to start trying to crawl backwards. He's still...
As this is happening, real quick, hold on. As this is happening, I just scream out, "For honor!"
Okay. Next, Paris is going to yell, "Paul, bring me the rod! Bring me the rod!" And Paul's standing there holding a skillet and a fork with a potato on it inside the door. He's going to drop it and turn to go inside, okay? Gorn, what do you want to do?
I am running to the edge of the compound, pulling out both of the holy symbols, the old one and the one that I
Right.
have, extending them out. For honor, turn!
Are you
General
okay?
in front, the guy who's threatening to destroy our compound was.
There seems to be the horses are rearing up and milling about, and there seems to be some discomfort. You're not sure why. Wuta, you're gonna grab.
Malkovich,
Okay.
dragging his silly ass back into the keep.
All right. He's definitely dead. Not Fubar, but he is dead. Okay. Arcus.
All right, I'm gonna try to light up a smoke bomb and put it toss it right in front of the gate on the keep side. And as that smokes up, run back in the door.
Okay. It's gonna, and smoke is gonna start billowing out. Meanwhile, as you did that, if anybody was looking out there, you see one of the guys. Remember, I said two of them had torches. Is going to take the torch and he's reaching towards the back end of the cannon. Now, dwarven cannons are small, squat, and they fire a kind of cylindrical as opposed to round projectile. So it'll be flat on two sides, but round for the cannon barrel. And it's about the size of maybe 10 inches across, and they can do a lot of damage. Historically, fired at the base of a tower 6 or 8 times, they can bring a tower down.
How ancient is this thing?
If you've never seen one outside of a book, it looks pretty. It could be pretty old, not recent. Let's put it that way.
Is there a chance it could blow up?
Very slim. The dwarves, though they did crack the planet with their super cannon. I mean, potentially no. Actually, this one will never ever explode. Ever. It's so well made. It's probably an artifact. I just rolled a 20.
Okay.
Salem, what do you want to do?
I saw the cannon, right? I was outside by then.
Okay, yeah, you see it.
Well, I can't see it anymore because of the smoke, correct?
Yeah, there's smoke and horses milling about and rearing up and people yelling and everything else. What do you want to do?
Trying to hit it, so...
Okay, as I said, the cannon's in the back of a wagon, 40 feet from the gate, okay, which puts it about 80 feet from you. So it's an easy shot for somebody that knows how to use a crossbow. There's There's two guys there. One guy whipped canvas thing off of the cannon, and obviously there's a fuse, and the guy with the torch is reaching towards lighting this fuse. Okay?
Well, wait,
So
hey,
now-
can I... All right, my question,
on.
can I see the torchlight through the smoke?
No, it's really thick smoke. But you can see an orange glow, but not necessarily exactly where it is. But you did see it right before, because you were running right before he threw the smoke bomb. So you've got an idea. I'm going to give you a penalty, in other words. But you got an idea of where the guy is with the torch? Is that what you're trying to do?
Yeah.
Okay, go. Okay. You don't know what happened. I will tell you this. Had you gotten a 20, he would have dropped the torch. It would have hit gunpowder, and it would have exploded the wagon and probably killed a bunch of them. But you didn't, so it didn't happen. Okay. So the smoke is billowing and everything. The cannon fires. And there's a huge... First you hear the... And then there's... As it goes right past you, and something... You hear... Well, you can actually see that because the smoke doesn't reach. Something goes past you guys in a blur, slams into the tower, and punches a hole into the Knight of Honor keep. The size of a Volkswagen right above the door. And it goes... Yeah, it's because the way their projectiles are pancakes and just destroys the front of the keep. Stone and block fall, and it's raining down all over. I mean, you're having to cover yourselves up. Inside, Paul, debris falls all around, but none of it lands on him. Roll initiative.
Dave wants to know exactly how much space is between us and the cannon.
Okay, it's 40 feet from the wall. It's
wall.
obscured by smoke, and they can't fire it again this round.
And it's going to fire again.
No, it's not. They cannot fire it.
It's not going to fire again
Yeah,
this
it
round.
takes them a round to load it. You cannot see it through smoke.
He said how much smoke has come out.
It's a lot of smoke. It was designed to do what it did, and he rolled.
A lot of smoke.
It
was designed to be a blanket.
It's obscuring the gateway. All you can see is shadows milling about of you can have no view at all of the cannon and the wagon. All right. Again, imagine the doorway and above the door is a hole in the tower the size of a Volkswagen. There's debris all over the place. The chapel is the first room you come into, and across the chapel is a doorway leading into the square kitchen one-story building. Okay, and the statues in that chapel, it's the first room you come to. So the first person to go is Paul, and he's got that cloak, and he unwraps it. He's going to uncover this rod. Everybody that's holy is going to detect evil like you've never known. Paul is going to take it and chuck it to Paris. Okay? Remember, she told him to go get it. Paris catches it, both hands, and she's going to slowly turn. Okay? Arcus, you're going to run through the gate, through the smoke.
And I guess I can move silently if I need to.
There's too much. There's so much noise you don't need to.
Okay.
They can't hear you. As you're going through the smoke, their thief is crawling literally on his elbows and his knees, and he's and he's pulling himself forward. As you get close to him, because if you're down low, the smoke, the smoke's rising.
If I'm running forward and he's on the ground, can I just trample over him?
Yes. You want to do that?
Stomp his face into the dirt as I run.
Okay. He's okay. So you're gonna go over him. You see through the smoke and everything, the crossbowmen are getting their shit together. They may get a chance to fire this round, maybe not, but they're heading past you, and you're heading towards the wagon, the direction that you saw the wagon. Salem, what do you want to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna roll through the door and try to just get back into the honor keep.
Okay, in front of you is Wuta dragging Malkovich right through the doorway right now. And on the other side is Paul, and he's holding a ratty black cloak, and there's a bracelet and something else falls out of it onto the ground, onto the floor of the keep. But you're literally, Wuta is dragging Malkovich and blocking the doorway. I mean, you can move towards him quickly and help him get Malkovich inside. Is that what you want to do?
Yeah, sure.
Or do you want to just push him the hell out of the way?
No, of course not.
Okay.
They're my friends.
All right, Wuta, what do you want to do?
Once I've gotten him into the chapel, I'm going to deposit Malkovich's body right in front of the altar. I'm going to say a prayer to honor Bully, Chukovich, and I don't give a shit who hears me or what possibly hears me, but I'm tell them we need a miracle right fucking now. Once that's finished, I'm bolting out, heading out the front door.
Okay. You detect a lot of evil, serious evil, and suddenly there's a loud buzzing sound and a small clap of thunder, and Paris is standing there holding the rod, and a doorway opens up. Guys, through here!
Heading to the doorway!
John, your go.
The big.
It's a doorway. It's similar to the one that swallowed Batius, but it's a doorway. It's definitely a doorway. It goes into darkness. It's tinged in red, and it's got like heat waves rising on it. And the evil is coming from the rod, not necessarily from the doorway. And Paris is standing there. Dude, I rolled consistently once for her to figure out how to use this fucking thing. It's crazy. And she's holding it both hands and has opened up some sort of dimensional door. And Wuta just prayed for a miracle.
Yeah. Well, I already had decided an action, and I don't want to change anything based on what just happened before me, as it was in fact behind me, so I wouldn't have seen it exactly what I was doing. I am heading into the smoke screen. Navigation isn't an issue. I can't leave here until that cannon has been removed from this obstacle. So I'm heading towards the cannon.
All right, so you're headed there. You know where you're going. There's a lot of shit going on. There's a crossbowman almost directly in front of you, and you hear him say to another one, I can't see anything. Just fire blindly. So they're going to fire blindly, okay? And
all right, I'm going to try to not be directly in front of them.
A crossbow bolt is actually going to fly through the door of the keep and hit the Statue of Honor. So Paris is gone. Now Paris is standing there, and there's like some hot winds blowing past her, holding this rod. Okay? Dave, what does Dave want to do? You need to tell him he hears Batius's voice coming from the doorway, or from the dimensional door.
Dave said he's gonna run back to pull the bolt out of Malkovich and pour a life potion down his throat.
Okay, what does he want to do about the dimensional door that he just heard Batius yell out of?
Yeah, he has to get the party before he can go through it.
Okay, so right now that's in the keep. All right, roll initiative. While all this is going on, Paris is screaming, I can't hold it much longer! First to go is Salem. What do you want to do?
Like I said, I'm hoping the paladin.
Okay, so you're with Malkovich, and the big Caltigne is coming towards you, and Wutai, you're going to jump through the portal?
Yep.
Okay.
Mental image it however way you want to. Cannonball, M. Bison, spin through it, whatever you want to do it.
Okay, this is what you feel next to you, a person, and a very large person. You can feel armor. Their bones appear to be broken in numerous places, and the guy is moaning. Oh. Okay, Paris screaming, I can't hold this much longer. And the doorway she's holding the rod right in front of her, and the doorway is literally like almost fading in and out. Arcus.
All right. So, do I smell gunpowder or see barrels of it?
Right in front of you is the wagon. The smoke is starting to dissipate. Two guys are there. You look, they don't see you, and they're getting ready to fire it again. But you can't see over the sides of the wagon because of your height, okay?
Well, I'm still going to try to lob the bomb up there.
Okay, firebomb is going to hit the side of the wagon and burst into flame. One of the guys is going to start, look out! And he's going to whip his cloak off and try to whip that. The wagon, none of the flame gets inside the wagon. While the one's trying to put out the flames on the side, the other guy is leaning down to put his torch to fire the cannon. And you realize that as the smoke lifts, it's right in front of you, okay? Paul is going to run and dive through the doorway. Yippee-ki-yay! Okay?
Bruce Willis quotes. Yay!
Gorn, what do you want to do?
All right, so if I'm making it up to that cannon, so the guy is there with the torch about to light the fucking thing,
this is what you see, okay? And you see the guy, literally, the torch is right above it. It's getting ready to fire. It would be a miracle for you to stop it from firing. Let me tell you what you passed by.
Okay,
you passed by a guy laying on the ground that's not much bigger than a hobbit, and he was crawling, and it's like his face has been crushed into mud, and he's still trying to crawl, and he's right there. I mean, you can either pass by him or snatch him up, because he probably only weighs 110 pounds. This was the guy that threw the daggers. You see, knowing that the thief can turn invisible, you see suddenly a firebomb hit the side of the wagon. I mean, and the smoke's lifting. And one guy's trying to put it out while the other one's getting ready to fire.
Did I see the little smoke trail of the thrown bomb?
Yeah.
Did I see where he is, in correlation?
Yeah, he's to your left, only about 12 feet away.
Okay. So this is what I'm thinking. I'm going to grab that 130-pound dude, and I'm going to chuck him, hopefully fucking accurately, into that goddamn cannon.
Okay, go ahead.
Trying to clog that bitch up to make it backfire.
Okay, go. Okay, here's what happens. The guy, you're going to snatch him up. His mask is pulled completely to the side. You're not going to be paralyzed in fear, but, I mean, you're going to see what it is. And you chuck him, and he's going to smash into the front of the cannon just as the guy lowers the torch, and there's a boom. And those of you that are still there, you see this little guy. He goes flying past and smashes into the tower, goes through one side of the tower and comes out the other, and there's a big, huge, kind of dark, blackish red splat mark as he disrupted the flow of the cannon, but it did hit the tower. Okay?
It did hit
the
but
tower. You got rid of that guy. You killed him. Caltigne, what does he want to do?
Caltigne, he said that he is going to make sure to get everybody out of the thing. He's going to stand near Paris, and he said he's not going into the thing until everybody else has gone in. He's saying again, I will not go in until everybody else goes in.
Okay, Paris is struggling to hold on and concentrate. She's too weak of a magic user. She's still holding on this round.
Rolling initiative.
Those of you that are already through, you don't need to. Okay, Matt, you're there trying to take care of Guy.
Stop.
And Paul is now with you. What the hell? Why is it so dark here? I can't see. I'm blind. Oh my God, I'm blind. I'm blind. Somebody help me, please. I'm blind.
Can I smack him?
Sure. Oh,
Cool. Backhand
somebody-
shit out of him.
there's somebody in here. Somebody just hit me. Wuta, somebody just hit me.
It was me, you stupid fuck. Shut the fuck up and let me get this guy up.
Okay.
I'm grabbing the thief and running back to the fucking thing like I should have in the first
Okay,
place.
Thief, you see him running towards you with his arms out like he's trying to grab you. What do you want to do?
All right. Well, do I think that if I let him, can I tell he's like trying to grab me and run off? He's running back toward the keep.
Yeah.
Okay. So do I think that if I let him grab me, I would be, since I don't have to focus on moving, I could light up another bomb and throw it as we're retreating?
No, that's going to be too hard to do. Being carried. The other problem is that he doesn't know exactly where you are.
In that case, I'll try to duck under his arm and light the bomb and chuck it.
All right, whatever's going to happen is going to happen. I'm not second guessing anything anymore. Okay, Malkovich is still unconscious. Nobody has brought him back to life, right?
I thought Dave did.
Yeah, Dave poured a life potion down his
Okay.
throat.
Round, he's going to get up. Malkovich is going to stagger to the door. Through the doorway. It is our only hope. Those of you that are Knights of Honor, you're actually feeling the holiness leaving this site, okay?
Yeah, that's why we need to get out of here.
All right, Paris is going to fall to her knees, still holding the rod above her, and it's taking all of her concentration, and she's basically dropping constitution points every round, okay? Not permanently, but it's bad enough. Okay, Salem, what do you want to do?
Well, who all is outside?
Okay, all you know so far, Malkovich is heading towards the door, the dimensional door, into the darkness. Paul is gone. Wuta is gone. They've already gone through the doorway, and Paris is screaming that she can't hold it anymore. You need to come now!
Is the doorway inside the compound?
Yes, it's right in front of you. I mean, it's 10 feet away. You could take 2 steps and you're through it. Caltigne is yelling that he wants everybody through the door. Get through the doorway. Get through the doorway.
Wait, the
Are they yelling
dimensional
loud
doorway?
enough for me to hear
Yeah.
outside? Because that'll
Oh,
affect.
I thought he meant through the compound. Yeah, then I'm diving in. Fucking dolphin dive. Shit, let's do it.
Okay. As Wuta, as you're helping this guy that's all broken up, and Paul is freaking out, suddenly, bam! Salem is going to land right on top of you. Salem,
Cool. Yeah.
complete darkness. You can't see anything. It's dry. It's an even temperature, but you can't see anything. Nothing. I mean, it's
Who
like
the
you're-
hell just landed on me?
Salem. Caltignus
Salem,
told us
get
to
up.
come through the door. All right, I'm going to get off of him then.
Okay, next, Ark, you want to
He
do?
falls on me,
All right.
right?
So are they yelling in there loud enough for me to hear?
Yeah, it's
Dan Paris?
yeah.
Okay, so if I hear all that, then I'm not gonna stay. I'm gonna turn and run with Gorn back into the keep.
Okay, you got a problem now because you haven't said anything. There's a lot of noise going on. Gorn is searching for you, can't find you because you're invisible, and so you need. I need to know what it is you're doing. You're heading back towards the keep, right? Towards
Yeah.
the dimensional door. Okay.
Then I'll even call back to him. Let's get out of here, Gorn.
Once you yell, somebody is going to yell, "There's one invisible amongst us! There's one invisible amongst us!" And one of the guys on horseback pulls a Sith out from underneath his cloak, a short one.
How close is he?
Far enough away that you can't get to him this round, but he's on horseback
Is he in the path of getting
No.
in there? Okay, so then he'd be charging us from behind.
from the side.
All right, I'm gonna be running with my left hand behind me.
Okay.
I'm still running though. I'm running with my left hand behind me.
Okay. What is so you guys are running, you're not through the threshold yet. Caltigne, tell Caltigne, all the honor protection is gone from the keep.
He said, "Do we think that it's just this keep or all of his
It's
keeps?"
definitely only this keep.
He says, "More reason to get everybody through the portal.
Okay. So he's still standing there behind,
He will not
Trying
go
to-
in until everybody else
trying to
goes
direct traffic. The first guy on horseback crosses the threshold of the gate. There is now one of these Knights of Fistula in the compound. Roll initiative, Gorn, Caltigne. The guy on horseback with the Sith is coming with it raised. Boom, boom.
I'm listening for him.
Okay, well, you're going to make it to the doorway through it before he gets to you.
I hear you. My left hand I'm keeping behind me for as long as humanly possible.
Okay, what do you want to do? I mean, you're at the doorway. You want to go through?
I'm going through the portal.
Okay,
I'm charging right through, fucking shield in front of
all
me.
right, you're going to land.
Nothing grab my hand.
Okay,
follow
you're
right
gonna
behind
land on- Oh, okay, you're going to make it through. Tell Caltigne that there's a guy bearing down on him with a Sith.
The
What does he
Sith.
want to do? Everybody else is through but Paris.
He's grabbing Paris and jumping through the portal.
Okay, and the guy with the Sith is going to swing, and it's going to go right over your head,
Your
and you
heads.
make it through the portal. It's completely black and dark, and the last thing he hears is Paris go, "Oh my God, we're in the plane of darkness." Historically, does everybody know what the plane of darkness is?
Not anything at all.
I know the general idea. I don't know about it in this particular setting.
In this particular setting, it's another dimension or between dimensions. It is a place where Amen-Zechariah was banished for tens of thousands of years. And it's basically a place of nothing. Nothing is there. That's why it's blackness and darkness, because there's nothing there, so that you can use nothing to make nothing, so that you can escape. You have only what you brought with you. It's unknown, is there anything else in there? But supposedly, over the eons, mages would banish their adversaries there. Amen-Zechariah, being the strongest, most powerful mage ever, he somehow managed to
Would have clearly dominated there. And not only that, but we also have sent so many random magic items and who knows what else to the plane of darkness, and many of it being evil as fuck.
So we're just gonna start tripping over shit you guys have thrown in here in the past scenes?
Well, no, there's going to be an army that left here that's equipped with all that shit.
Yep. And then there's also other evil creatures that have been banished there. Not a lot. The one thing, there was a party that there accidentally got in there, and when they finally found a way out, 300 years had passed in the world. It actually changed the whole campaign. The campaign was no longer. They were supposed to stop this army from conquering a city,
And they missed out by a few hundred years.
yeah, when they came out, the city had been conquered, and the people were no longer evil. They had become just regular people, and yeah, it totally changed everything.